This is part 24 of our Link's Awakening walkthrough. We're going to be conquering part 1 of the Faith Shrine, which is the 6th dungeon in this game.
I'm not really. I know you said you're a fan of this dungeon. I'm kind of so on it. I don't know. It just kind of feels like I think I was excited, even though I hadn't played this game yet, to get to Eagle Tower.
Yeah.
I was just so excited for that one that this one just kind of felt like, you know, the dungeon before the great one, I guess you could say.
Oh, I am an Eagle Tower fan, that's for sure. I agree with you on that. I will say one thing I think that really made this dungeon stand out for me. This is my favorite dungeon theme in this game.
It really is an awesome dungeon theme. It's kind of like, what does it mean? Because it's kind of like, it's creepy in a way.
It is.
And kind of like spooky.
It really is.
Like, this place doesn't really feel that scary. There was no like graveyard or anything like that leading up to it. So like, I do really like the theme, but I kind of found myself like, what does this mean to the dungeon?
And I think that like you said, it's not spooky or anything like that. Or the dungeon isn't, but the theme sounds like it. And I think that's part of why I liked it. It was different from a lot of the other dungeon themes, and it's definitely one of those I catch myself like humming in my head like long after the dungeon.
Yeah, in this game, all the dungeon themes are different, correct?
Yes.
It's not like Link to the Past where some are the same.
Correct.
I think everyone's been different, but even though they've been different, like you just said, they're kind of similar.
Yeah.
In a way, and this one really was, in my opinion, also the first one that kind of stood out as being a little bit different.
Yeah. Now, if you're a veteran of Zelda games, whiz robes are absolutely nothing new to you, and I hate these guys.
Blue Dark Nuts, though. I'd rather have whiz robes any day.
They're always better than Blue Dark Nuts, but I think that's the first appearance they make in this particular game.
It seems like, and this might not be true, but it seems like there's always a different way to kill them in every game.
It does seem like it. This one you have to use bombs.
Yeah, bombs, and I couldn't remember any other game where you use bombs to kill them.
No, you usually use your sword or any other weapon.
Well, we also stun with the boomerang, and the boomerang, it stuns some enemies sometimes, but it's usually so useless, whereas in this game, it's awesome.
It's absurdly overpowered.
And you missed the wall right there because you were trying to bomb.
And speaking of items in this game, like, we already got the dungeon item right there.
Yeah, right off the bat. Before we even got the compass or the dungeon map, right?
Yeah, like 2 minutes into the video, we got the upgraded power bracelet, which we both agree on this, that kind of seems like a waste of an item.
It's kind of, I mean, it obviously serves a purpose because you need to get through the dungeon, but it's just, in my opinion, it's a waste of an item. Like, just, I don't know, there could be something a lot cooler in its place.
Yeah, and I feel like that most of the like 2D Zelda games had an upgraded bracelet.
And they're all pointless.
And they're all pointless. I absolutely agree.
Well, like Link to the Past had a time mitt.
Yeah.
Which just allowed you to pick up like the darker stones.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, it's kind of just, in my opinion, it's like reaching.
It is. Because Ocarina of Time had it at the very end of the game. You got it like in the
Give us a glove that allows us to, that made it a little bit more, well, I'm not going to talk bad about Ocarina of Time. No. But, I mean, I kind of get what you're saying there, though, but at least, I don't know, in 2D games, it feels like the games are always a lot shorter.
Yeah.
So when you're kind of making repeat items like that, just, I don't know.
It does feel like a little bit of a waste.
And you don't really use it, like, except for being this dungeon, the only other place I think that's really necessary is like when you said we get that rooster, right?
Yeah, after this dungeon.
Yeah,
And it's, we have to use the power bracelet to move the statue where the rooster sleeps. But other than that, you're right. I mean, this dungeon is the only that I can think of in the place that we use it.
Like with at least a Link to the Past, like you had those darker stones, like all over, Hyrule.
Yeah.
Like you used it outside the dungeon, whereas this, you use it once
and then you're done.
It's over with,
Now, I will say, like, I mentioned that we got that dungeon item really early. We kind of go on a tear here where we've got the map, we got the stone beak, and now we're getting the compass. We get all those.
And we don't go on a tear very often, so, enjoy this right here, right now.
It doesn't happen often, but we got...
Two guys rarity.
It really is. But we got all 4 of the items in this dungeon within about a minute and a half stretch right there.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I mean, this dungeon, while I was watching this today, preparing, like, this dungeon's really confusing. You can easily get another item before you get the weapon or whatever.
Definitely. It is a confusing dungeon. It's also, I can't remember if I said this, it's the longest one that we've encountered.
It really is
by far.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I think we have 2 like 9.5-minute parts, give or take, to this video.
I just remember, man, these switches, they just look like a pain in the butt. Like, I can only imagine, like, I don't remember playing this one, like, this dungeon too well.
Yeah.
But those switches just had to make me so mad.
They do if you don't know what you're doing. Like, that's why you saw, like, when I first started going to that room right there, you saw me start to walk towards it, stop and turn around and go back and hit that switch. I'm like, up, Good remember.
But the thing is, like, you know, like, they're the same color. Like, usually, like, in other games, they've been blue or orange, so you can kind of go on colors.
Exactly.
Whereas here,
it's just razor low.
yeah, you gotta know which, okay, are these supposed to be high, or are these supposed to be high?
At least, thankfully, I feel
This is a horrible game. This is a horrible game.
I don't think we hit the switch too many times, at least. That helps a little bit, but yeah, we,
you hit it quite a bit.
It does get kind of annoying.
I remember I was watching comparing today, I was like, oh my god, I don't know which switch he's hit, which one he hasn't hit, where he's going.
Now, I think this is a nice little area right here, where it's one of the very few times in this game that we actually leave the dungeon in the middle of the dungeon.
I did like that part. Like, I also like where it took you, like, outside, just like this little platform in the water, which you've seen it earlier in the game. You're like, well, how do I get out there? You know, it's always like a mystery the whole game, and finally we get to see what that area is, or how to get there, I mean.
Yeah, and what that was, we only got 20 rupees out of it. Normally, I believe there's a secret seashell there.
Yeah, it's a seashell there.
But since we already got the sword upgrade, then all you get is rupees out of it.
For the rest of the game, I think, right?
Yep, yeah, okay. For every other chest or whatever that would have had.
And I know Red loved these little horse heads right here.
God.
They're strictly luck. That's all they are.
As far as I know,
really, like, you would think if you bounce them off the wall, like crabs, maybe you would do something, but you know, I think it's just totally random.
And sometimes you'll get it on the first try. Sometimes, like you saw right there, it took me 5 or 6 tries, and later on, it probably takes 20 tries.
We put transition right there.
It was awful.
It doesn't look like it takes very long the way we made the video look.
Yeah, that's kind of a specialty.
Yeah.
But no, it's just, and it's not even really a puzzle. Like you said, you're trying to get the two of them to land on each other.
Yeah.
It just takes time.
Infuriating. It's infuriating.
Oh, and not much in Zelda is that infuriating.
It's like playing all of Zelda 2 or playing the Water Temple or something like that. It's just infuriating.
And as far as, like you said, it's all luck. There's no skill involved, as far as I know. It's just so stupid.
You would think we'd be something like good at something like that.
Yeah.
When it takes no skill whatsoever, you would think we actually could do that part good.
Yeah, but no.
I know.
Now,
we're still searching for the first thing in Zelda we can actually do good.
Yeah, we're still looking.
Hopefully commentate.
We hope. We hope. We haven't heard too many insults on our commentary yet. So now the statue that we just talked to right there mentioned that you have to go to the place where the eyes have walls.
Yeah.
And what that means, like if you look at the map, whenever we hit the pause screen, you'll see that like it's obviously the shape of a face because the map in this game.
Well, I don't know me, so I'm just listening to you right now. Yeah. Explain it.
Well, like every map in this game is the shape of the dungeon you're in.
Yeah.
So like,
well, this yeah,
like.
What kind of comment is that?
The shape of the name. It matches the name.
The map is in the shape of the dungeon. That's the first time it's ever happened in a Zelda game. Usually the map is totally different from the dungeon.
It matches the name of the dungeon. Sorry. You get what I mean. But what the hint means, back to what I was trying to say.
Two guys highlight right there.
Yeah, that's not my best commentary. But what it is like, if you look at that map, one of the eyes is actually, instead of being a blank spot, it's actually a secret room that you go into. I can't remember what's in there.
The mini boss, isn't it?
It might be.
It could be the key or the mini boss.
Yeah, it's something. So that's what that's referring to, and it just says the eyes have walls.
I actually had no clue what that meant. Like, I was watching this, I was like, oh, hopefully somebody knows what that means. I thought we went to that room, like there was two, like I don't know, something like on the sides, and you just bomb someone in the middle or something like that.
The torches on the sides? Yeah.
So, but I'm glad you explained it, though.
I tried. I don't think I did the best job explaining it, but I tried. Now, another thing that we kind of overlooked while I was being humiliated and laughed at.
Hey, it was a great moment, though. It was a good moment.
Is like we hit like 2 or 3 chests in a row that had like 100 rupees, 50 rupees.
Yeah, there's a lot in this dungeon.
We really load up on them, and that's useful if you haven't already gotten the 3rd song.
Yeah.
Because the 3rd song costs you 300 rupees.
It's a ripoff.
It really is.
He's not even good.
No,
we'll address that part when we get there, but he's not even good. But yeah, I mean, I remember going through that. I was like, man, there's a lot of rupees in here. But then we just bought the bow recently.
We did.
I don't know if it was right before this, but I know it was recently.
It was either right before this dungeon or the one right before
this part right here took me forever, dude. I mean, literally, like, it seems like it's easy.
Yeah.
I guess I just didn't think you could jump. Like, I knew you could stand on because we had to do it in another dungeon, but I guess I never thought you could actually jump across.
I know, yeah. You definitely mentioned that before, that you didn't realize you could walk across.
It's so simple.
It really is.
Now, did Crazy Tracy leave that medicine right there? Like, was she in a Frey Shrine earlier?
She may have been.
Trying to make out with Facade? The dungeon boss?
Well, she is pretty crazy. I mean,
yeah, that is true.
But I do think that's pretty cool, like, random secret medicine there that, like, it's the first time we actually encountered it in a dungeon. Of course, other Zelda games, you get fairies everywhere. But anyway, once we get this treasure chest, this will wrap up part 24.